Good morning, it's Hazel Jarvis, it's Art Online, and today we are going to do succulents and we're going to include a greenhouse. We're going to start with a quick little schematic pencil drawing of. We'll have a large pot here and we'll put in an aloe plant, and in front we're going to draw lots of different succulent leaves. Now, once again, I'm going to be pressing harder than I would do normally if I was just going to paint this, but when you draw yours in, I want you to press lightly. So first of all, I'm going to start by drawing in some stems. And then I'm going to lighten my pencil lines very slightly. So I'm just painting these leaves in as if they're just nice round ovals coming off the stem. And you can vary the size and the direction a little, that's always nice. So now we're going to do this lovely pale blue plant. So I mix a little bit of 50 and a little bit of 61, and I'm going to start in the center. And I'm just going to paint around. So small and tight in the center and getting larger as we get out. Now we come to this lovely spiky one over here. So this one is much darker, which makes a really nice contrast. This may be a little too blue, so I'm going to mute that with a little bit of my 54. And I'm just going to tuck it over this leaf. And then I'll just add some more. Our next plant over here has this beautiful rosette shape going round, and it's a lovely silvery blue, slightly different from the other ones. So I'm going to mix a little of my white, number 10, and my blue, number 62. Once again, I'm going to start in the center, and I'm just going to go round, painting in these little leaves. Now, so we don't put our hand in the wet paint, we'll do the aloe plant just up here. We'll paint in a nice terracotta pot. So this is a spectacularly beautiful example with this tinge of red at the edges, moving from blue to yellow to red, and that's our next plant. We'll start with a little bit of blue at the base of each leaf, so I'm going to paint in just a couple of leaves like this. And then on another brush, I'm going to get some yellow, and I'm just going to bleed in the yellow into this blue while it's still wet. And you won't see it very strongly, but you'll know it's there. And then we'll just grab a little bit of orangey red, maybe number 31, and we're just going to touch that in to the edge of the leaf. And now we'll do a few more of these. So we'll start with our blue at the base. And then we'll fold in some yellow, and then we'll go back to the red. So I've got some sideways and some that are smaller and some that are a little bigger. Next comes this lovely silvery purpley one. So I'm going to mix white with my purple 38 and my green number 50. And I'm going to start in the center, again very small, and leaving a little bit of space between the leaves. I think I want another of these lovely dark spiky plants up by the greenhouse up here. So I'm going to quickly paint in just a tiny little terracotta pot. And while I've got that brown on my brush, I'm going to put in a little bit of shadow on this pot over here. So I'm going to go back to this sort of plant for my big area down here. I lightly just draw in some stem to give me some guidelines. And then I start painting in the leaves. So for this I'm using my green, which is my number 53, and I'm using my yellow 42, which makes for a lovely spring green. And since it's the beginning of March, I feel like a spring green is called for. So now we're going to add this lovely dark green leaves up here. Now have this lovely painting of succulents with these gorgeous pull of the greens and the complementary colour of the purple and the yellow and the orange. So we're going to do another pass through and add some darks to this painting. We're going to paint in the dark green of the aloe leaves up here. With this same dark green, I'm going to pay some attention to the lovely spiky areas over here. With a mix of orange 31 and our alizarin crimson, which is 36, we're going to define these leaves too. We'll take a touch of 46, our burnt sienna, and we will go around these leaves. And we'll do the same for over here. Again, not too much, just a smidgen, particularly in the center, just to define it. We're going to do the beautiful doorway of our greenhouse. Now we're going to add some lighter areas, so we're going to mix in a little bit of white with our green and put in some white or some much lighter areas on the leaves. We'll try again. That's better. I want the white to really show up against the dark green. And now for the wonderful spots. So get a little bit more white and knock off the extra and then start dotting. Now the dots are so fun that we're going to add a few more to this tiny little example up here. I paint the greenery in after I painted the lines on the greenhouse, but actually it's easier to paint the greenery and the leaves inside the greenhouse first. So I paint the greenery inside the greenhouse and then I repaint the lines over. We have now had a wonderful journey to a garden, even if it's only in our imagination. And we have painted succulents in beautiful shades of green and used complementary colours to set off the shapes of their leaves. So I hope you've enjoyed this brief little foray into what may be spring, and I look forward to seeing what you do.